Hi, I'm Steve Parsonage of XI Consulting. I've been in the executive search business now for approaching 30 years, and I've just produced a series of no-nonsense video advice clips to assist you navigate your way through the sometimes turbulent and seemingly mine-infested waters of the selection process. The series is entitled The Process of Unnatural Selection, and this first shows you how to create a winning CV. Over the years, I've read countless CVs and created many thousands, so it's with some authority that I can say that creating a winning CV isn't a 5-minute task. So I've broken this down into 4 straightforward sections, each with its own clip. However, if, despite the sound advice that will follow, you still find the whole task of creating your winning CV just too onerous or time-consuming to contemplate, then please just drop me a mail. I'll do whatever I can to help. So what is a CV? You must never forget that it's a sales document about you, selling you effectively and accurately to potential employers. And its purpose? Largely twofold. Firstly, to get you through to that all-important second stage of the selection process, which invariably is the interview. And at that interview, it fulfills its second function, where it becomes the structure around which that interview takes place. Before we begin constructing your winning CV, we should give some thought to the circumstances under which it will be read. It will almost certainly be read by somebody who has limited time available and who will read several CVs at a single session. There may not even be the hiring manager, but somebody to whom the task of reducing a pile of CVs down to one of more manageable proportions has been delegated. And they will do this by applying a series of simple filters such as location, years of relevant experience, financial expectations, etc. In a competitive job market, which this certainly is, they may be looking for reasons to exclude you, and your CV must not give them any. Furthermore, your CV will not be read in the methodical fashion that they would read a novel from front to back, but more perhaps in the way that they would read a bulky weekend newspaper. Nobody reads those, they scan them, looking for headlines of particular relevance or interest to them. Having found one, they read into the body copy. If it holds their interest, they read on. If not, they might move on, and in the case of your CV, this might mean that they move on to someone else's. When constructing your CV, therefore, you must make extensive use of the headline effect, which you can achieve by employing simple techniques such as bold fonts, italics, underlining. Make extensive use of paragraphs. This breaks down what would otherwise be a sea of forbidding text into something more readable, something more accessible, and something ultimately more successful. So, you now know what a CV is. You know what it's supposed to do. We've given some thought to the circumstances under which it will be read. In part 2, we'll go into the all-important structure around which your CV will be built. But, as I said at the beginning, if the whole concept of creating your own winning CV is too onerous or time-consuming, then please drop me a mail and I'll do whatever I can to assist you. See you in part 2.